Prepare yourself for an entertaining and somewhat informative hour of MMA Talk Radio.
My mission here is to motivate.
Out of the red corner, Joe Show. Out of the blue corner, Timbo Slice. And your host, Fight Fit Lifestyle founder and UFC fighter, Stephen Ocho Peterson.
What's up, guys? We're live on another Friday with today's guests, Muhammed, Usman, and Coach Lawrence. Thank y'all for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. What's up?
Ooh, yeah. So,
happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. It's been a crazy week. We'll get into that a little bit later, but want to introduce our guest, Muhammed Usman. Fights for Titan FC right at the moment, working his way up the ranks, and want to get to know you as a person outside of the cage, outside of the ring. So, where are you from, and where'd you get started?
Of course, I was born in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yeah, we were born in Nigeria.
So brother of Kamara Usman.
Yes.
So you guys were both born over there?
Yeah, it's three of us. My older brother Cash, and then Kamaru, and then me. We were born in Nigeria. We came here when I was 6. So Kamaru was 2 years older than me, and so we came to Arlington. So we were raised in Arlington. We went to Arlington Bowie out of high school.
Really?
Yep. Wrestled at Arlington Bowie, played football there. Went to college, scholarships here and there. My brother wrestled in college. I went and played football, and then just kept going. The pattern just trickles down. He wrestled and went to the Olympic Training Center, and that's when at that time I was getting ready for the draft and training and trying to get in the NFL in 2012, and that's when he made his debut.
Wow.
So he made his. He was training at the training center at Colorado Springs. I think 2 years, and then he met Rashad Evans, and at that, Rashad came down there to train at the training center. So I guess Rashad took a liking to my brother and said, "I would like for you to come out to Florida, just come train with us. You're a good wrestler."
Uh-huh.
So at that time, my brother went out there, and that relationship started, and it's all she wrote.
Wow.
So you played football in college?
Yes.
Where college?
University of Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah. So my coach was Mike Stoops, at the time.
What position?
Defensive end.
Defensive end.
Yes.
All right. Man, you like hitting people.
That's all we did. That's it.
Do he like hitting people?
So we got,
You good?
it's all good. It happens.
You're good.
So
You said draft. So
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't get drafted. I went on and had a couple workouts for the Cardinals, the San Diego Chargers, but I never got picked up. So I stayed ready. I kept working out, kept training, waiting for the call. But this game is very unforgiving. Just like the fight game, life is unforgiving too. So you have to make decisions, on the spur of the moment. And at that time, I was still healthy. I was strong, and I was working at LA Fitness. This was 2015.
in Arlington?
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
and I was working at LA Fitness. I was a manager at the LA Fitness in 2015, and I was still trying to manage my training, in between breaks. And then, I would go work and then go train with Coach. And that's when me and him kind of, after training one day, we kind of looked at each other and said, let's fight. I told him, I want to fight now. And he said, you sure? I said, there's nothing
Because you
else.
had the wrestling background already.
Yes, I've always, and I've been taking so many mental reps, watching my brother. So people don't understand how it's really important. I take mental reps.
Right.
I don't have to do it, but I see it and I see it and I see it and I keep being around it. I kind of built my own love for it, and it got to a point where I'm like, I'm still healthy, I don't want to get to a point where I'm not healthy no more, and then I'm like, oh man,
Where it's too late.
Yeah, exactly. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go right now. And I told Coach what I needed to do, and then he built the plan up for me, and we went on. We started.
So, Coach Lawrence, you mentioned that when you were at LA Fitness, that were you working there, or how did you guys connect up?
Oh no, I've been with him for almost 9 years now, but kind of got away from each other for a little while. We both hot heads, that's for sure. And and the thing about it is, I was telling him, when he went to LA and just doing his thing, trying to transition from football. He came in the gym one day, say, look, we was waiting for each other probably about a year, right? Waiting for each other about a year, and then he came in the gym one day, say, man, look, I'm thinking I'm gonna fight. I said, well, I tell you what, if you fight, I believe you can be the heavyweight champion of the world. I told him straight up. I said,
Man.
that's what I told him. I said, but I'm gonna tell you this right here. Muhammed Usman don't do nothing halfway. Nothing. Having a job, full-time job, and all that stuff, and trying to fight, I wasn't gonna train him because I know him. You see what I'm saying? So I said, you go, quit that job, get the support you need, and come to me next week. We'll start training, and here we are right now.
Very good.
Wow. So, Coach Lawrence, a little bit about yourself, my man.
Oh man,
Where you from?
Winsboro, Louisiana, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, from the woods.
Yeah.
And grew up down there. You know, I came out here in 1987. My gym is called the Dungeon, man. Power Cardio. I created this exercise probably about in 1993.
Wow.
Yes. We take a special athlete to do what I do, but do my program. But the thing about it is, when I decided to really zero in on the training, I knew that I had to take it to another level when it comes to training these athletes. So coming from Louisiana, I grew up like a dog. I mean, on the farm,
Right.
Just hustling, doing it hard.
Right.
So I played football and done all them type of things. But my passion was to change the method of training. Over the years, even coming from the Athens in the back of the days, the Greek days, everybody, we done things different. America's based on, the common everyday working out. So what we do and what I created, Power Cardio, is to keep the pressure on the muscles and not on the ligaments and joints. Well, you kind of see Muhammad train sometime. You see him, he has 700 on his back and he'll stop in the middle of it, all that going to the flow and dropping down and tearing those knees up. We don't do that type of stuff. And the main thing about what I created here at the Dungeon and Power Cardio is a way to train a person and have them be their best when they ain't got nothing else left. So 90% of the things y'all see Muhammad Usman do with me on in the gym, he ain't got nothing left. He's done. And then I'll attack him. I'm probably the only dude, I am the only dude that can kick his ass and he can't do nothing about it.
Just so you guys know what he's talking
can't do
about,
nothing about
if you go on Muhammad Usman's Instagram, if you want to plug your Instagram, he's got some videos on there, absolutely insane stuff. Like, if I would try to do that, I would snap my back in half. You gotta have incredible
You have to
core.
work your way into it. You don't just jump into it.
Definitely disclaimers. You can believe that.
It is
But
sign the waiver.
Yes,
man.
yes, man. I don't recommend to anybody who ain't trying to go to the next level and ain't trying to think outside the box. Muhammad Usman, one of the time. Let me tell you what kind of guy this guy is right here. He laugh at me all the time because I be on his ass. But this kind of guy is this guy will die today. Trust me. He'll wake up tomorrow and train.
Oh, shit.
That's what kind of animal this is right here. And I enjoy training. I've trained all over, NFL guys. I train a lot of people, but Muhammad Usman just the type of athlete that he bar none, man. He bar none. He don't take no for an answer. And he gonna go and go, and just like we got Simba here on the chain, I got him on the chain. I gotta keep him on the chain because you see this chain I got around my neck. It's for him. It's for Muhammad Usman.
Hey, when Muhammad Usman is heavyweight world champion, he's gonna have to get that gold plated for you.
Oh, it's already in plan.
All right.
I already got him one. I got him a Dunkin' certified shirt too.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
And you better believe it, because you look at the heavyweights.
Look
out
who we
there.
got here.
We have
My man Simba. Simba
Simba
Usman in the
wants to
house.
get on the mic.
Yeah,
Can you see Simba?
I'm sure they.
Simba.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna
There you
pick
go,
up a
Simba.
lot.
There you go.
Hashtag all the dog stuff you can on Instagram and Facebook. We'll pick up some followers.
But the Dungeon just a special place, man. We real life. If it's cold outside, it's cold in there. If it's hot outside, it's hot in there. If it's sweaty outside, whatever.
Yep.
It takes a special person to train and do the things we do over at the Dungeon. I train a lot of athletes, man. But if I train 500, I probably kick 5,000 out of there. I'm just saying.
Right.
It takes a special person, and Muhammad Usman is a special person. He done everything I asked him to do over the years, and for his speed, endurance, and power, ain't no other like him. Like I tell people all the time, oh, you say we're gonna say the Dungeon this is Dungeon this, but I'm gonna tell you this: put your hands on Muhammad Usman if you feel like it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So coming off a really big KO win, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I've seen, this your first standing knockout.
Yeah.
Very nice. Tell me about it. Titan FC.
I don't even know how to explain it. I think like we was talking about the other day. People don't understand. It's almost like you live in the moment. You have all these things you want to do, in your mind, and you train to do it. But when you get in there, it's a surreal feeling, you know, to fully accomplish it, you know, because I'm 6-1 now. You know, my first couple fights, you know, I wanted to kind of show my ground. So the first 2 fights I won by Kimura. You know, my next fight I won by TKO because then I was like, okay, I can submit guys, I can wrestle. Now I want to punch these guys. So when I get a guy to the ground, I don't want to submit him. I want to punch him. So I did that. You know, and then I went into a tough fight. My 4th fight, I fought a guy named Dontelli Mays. Hopefully, I fight him again. He's in the UFC now.
Of course, he ran the whole fight. Let's get it real.
But it's you know, I love the competition, man, and you know, they were already shooting because I didn't have any amateur fights. I went straight pro.
Whoa.
Wow.
You know,
Right.
so they kind of threw me to the wolves. You know, which I wanted. You know, and he was a tough fight. He was a tough guy. He was like the #1 heavyweight in the United States at that time, and you know, we went 3 rounds, and I lost by decision. And that really showed me a lot, you know. And I would never, and I told myself I would never lose another fight again, you know, because he outpointed me, and you know, he did it the smart way. Because I was coming out just aggressive and going after everybody, but he's smart, kept his distance, he'll just land a strike, and, you know, he played the game how he's supposed to, you know, and it taught me a lot about, you know, the game, you know, everybody, you can't knock everybody out, you can't finish everybody, so it's,
Right.
the name of the game is winning, you know, and you got to win at all costs.
And there's many different ways to win.
Exactly.
So you learned a lot. Sound like you learned a lot from that.
Oh man, I did, and I took that into my next couple fights actually, and then I went on and fought. I fought a Titan. I started my little Titan contract, and my first fight I won by decision. I went 3 rounds with a tough opponent, and then my second fight I went to the Dominican, and I fought another tough opponent, boxer. I took him down.
Man.
He tried to knock him out, man.
Oh man, that dude was throwing. He was throwing heat. He could have knocked
Oh, yeah.
anybody out in the world.
Yes.
You know, people don't understand. People think heavyweights, you know, here and there, but a big heavyweight, if they hit you,
Yeah.
Yes.
it doesn't matter who they are.
Just the weight of your body, the weight of the body.
They could be 2-5. They could have a 2-5 record. They could be a heavyweight fight. It's a different fight. You know.
Yeah.
The heavyweight division is almost a whole different.
Like the
ball
one
game.
that knocked out Overeem.
Ngannou.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Rosenstruck.
Rosenstruck.
Him
Yeah.
him and
Knocking
Ngannou-
people out with jabs just because they're freak
Just huge.
athletes, you know? Like,
Right.
yeah, that's a lot of weight behind the punch.
Him and Ngannou's actually they're scheduled to fight.
That would be really
Oh,
good. That's
man.
a really
Yeah.
good fight.
Whoa.
Somebody's going to sleep.
So, right now, what do you walk around at?
260,
260. How tall are you?
6'2".
6'2". That's pretty solid.
Yeah, he's way more athletic than, 9 out of 10 heavyweights. You look at 9 out of 10 heavyweights, even the guys knocking people out, they're just not in shape. They can they can get away with it.
Still hadn't seen the best of Muhammad Usman. The speed, unbelievable speed, power, and endurance. We work on that. We build ourselves off intimidation, you know. And then my main thing about I was so proud of him in the last fight because, you know, we already know we want to control Havoc. We want you to be a killer, but we want control. It's one of the few times I seen him just really relax and let that punch go. And man, I almost came out my seat. Well, I did come out my seat. You understand? I
For
did.
sure.
But you know, still ain't seen the best of Muhammad Usman. It's not even the top of the. Oh, it's just he got so much more to offer.
I believe it.
And I've seen him. It's funny story. He laughed. I'm always on him. I seen him clear 8-foot fence without even touching anything.
What were you going over this 8-foot fence?
I was just getting away.
This poor dude got so much power and endurance. It's crazy. But we're proud of him in the last fight, you know, because he used this. He punched. We was waiting for that time that he knocked somebody out. You know, everybody saying, "Well, he's a wrestler. He's this." I know more than that, and he know he can do more than that. So we showed we can do more than that in the last fight. So now we ain't got no flaws. You know, we just work on the little things. And like I say, we 6 fights in, 6-1. We 6 fights in, and it's on up from here.
Yeah,
Just keep
you
leveling up,
Still
leveling
got
up.
a
Yeah,
long
right.
ways to go, long career ahead of you, and I'm excited for your future. So tell us a little bit about Titan FC, what they were doing out there in the Dominican.
Oh man, Titan does such a good job. You know, like you know, you have the LFAs and you have the different organizations, which are good. Those are everything is a feeder. You know, you want to feed to the UFC.
And it's on UFC Fight Pass
Yeah,
as
it's on
well.
UFC Fight Pass. You know, all of them are feeders. But when you have an organization that really prides themselves on really taking you to the next level, you know, it's almost like the D League. You know, when you
Right.
you know, or the
AAA baseball.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, Titan prides themselves on doing everything to the book as the UFC. We have the uniforms, You know, you have the uniforms like the UFC has. They put you, they put you in the hotels. They take care of you just like how the UFC does.
Yes.
They make you feel like when you get to the UFC, we're not missing a step.
Right,
You
they're
know,
prepping you
exactly.
for the big
Yes.
time. That's really cool,
'Cause,
man.
a lot of guys get there, and they get the uniforms and get all this, and like, oh, they get excited.
Get all giddity, like people like, oh,
Yeah.
freaking out like they're little kids,
Exactly.
taking pictures with all the fighters and stuff. I'm
Exactly,
like,
no.
you're supposed to be a fighter, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's one thing to take a picture, like now and then, but you can't be running up from fighter like, oh, that's Forrest Griffin.
Yeah.
Hey, Forrest, let me get a picture with
Nah.
you.
Nah.
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't belong here.
Yeah. We don't do that.
So yeah, man, and they just do a very good job in the promotional aspect as well. And in the Dominican, like Titan, they're with Lex McMahon. Shout out to Lex, the co-CEO of Titan FC.
Lex.
He's a great guy, man, and he just prides himself on just putting on great shows and just making it like in the Dominican. He put on an awesome show out there. And they didn't have the UFC hasn't been out there to the Dominican, so that's like their first.
Oh, cool.
So
Taste of
They're
MMA,
breaking,
yeah.
they're breaking ground.
So we're
Groundbreaking.
exactly. So the news, we're on the news, like the CNN out there, everything. It was big. They blew it up out there.
Wow.
Because it was the
Hollywood.
hottest thing. It was the hottest thing they had out there besides baseball.
Yep.
Because
Yep,
the Dominicans,
baseball's
the
big.
Dominicans' top sport is baseball.
Yep.
So we were in town, and we kind of basically took over that whole, the attraction of the town that week, and admitted the energy just all around and the chants and the way they were so energetic. It was a remarkable, place to be, and I was very, very blessed to get the opportunity to fight there. So I was Titans is awesome, man. And
I bet it's beautiful down there, too.
Oh man, it was so beautiful in the Dominican.
Everybody speaking Spanish.
I'm using Google Translate.
Yeah.
To the fullest. To the fullest.
It's like going to Miami.
I'm like speaking to them. I'm like speaking to my phone, please. So it can translate what they're saying for me.
Oh, that's cool,
So
man.
yeah, it was. I had a really great time, and I'm just kind of just enjoying the ride, man, and just enjoying the journey. And that's where I'm at in my life at this point. Just enjoying the journey, taking it a day at a time, a step at a time,
Of course.
and
right.
just living every day as positive as I can, and just trying to be the best.
Damn.
Like, those are my favorite weeks of my life. This fight week, it's
Yeah.
like a paid vacation, and then you get to fight at the end. And everybody's gonna watch. Like,
At first, it was kind of like, oh my goodness, this is
overwhelming a little bit.
because I played football, and I played a very high level, so I'm used to the fans. And that doesn't get me.
Uh-huh.
The fight, is, like people, you can tell people.
Because you're about to get locked in a cage.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, the first
You forget about the fans.
That's my favorite part.
Man, it's not even. It's still surreal, Now I can see my eyes have slowed down, because like in football, when I first played, and your eyes are moving super fast.
Right.
The same thing with this, but
You
this
get in
is
that flow
like,
state.
oh my gosh! And it's so the first 2 or 3 fights, I thought it was like a fake, because I literally couldn't even see my opponent, because it's like the lights, everything is just so fast. You almost feel like you're in a movie or something. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a video game. So I'm just like, oh my gosh! Like I'm trying to get out of the way. Like you're just trying to like find yourself, and then it's a very, very surreal feeling when you're in the cage.
So there had to be, you have 2 brothers.
Yes.
Right. There had to be some good scraps at home.
Man, they would always used to gang up on me, man.
Did they really?
Yeah.
You're the
It
big
took-
one, right?
It took both of them to take you down?
Yeah, man. Until I got they were handling me pretty well until I got to high school and I started lifting
Get
weights.
into football and
And then I started coming in the house looking.
football make you mean.
They it's almost like when it's an unwritten rule amongst brothers when you surpass them.
Leave it alone.
In a certain aspect of things, now it's like now that it's not hitting me no more. It's not. It's just kind of like they'll change how their approach. Like I won't talk to you for a week now.
Yeah.
For real, literally.
So I kind of got used to that, So we had a lot of great fights at the house.
Oh man, that's cool. Got any on tape?
I
You
wish, huh?
can sell those.
I wish,
So growing up down in Arlington, man, that's where I spent a lot of time. I'm from Dallas, so what school did you go to?
Arlington Bowie.
Oh, you went to Arlington Bowie.
Yeah.
They had a great football program.
Oh yeah, with us. Started with us.
That was back 5A.
858, yes.
5A. Yeah.
Joe's a little bit ADD, so everything you say, you got to give him a little summary right before.
I got to build it in my head.
So I know we just talked about this for the last 15 minutes.
Hey,
but-
what about the people who just tuned in though?
True.
Yeah.
You got
True that.
to keep recapping.
Right.
No.
Prepare yourselves for a commercial break. This is Fight Fit Lifestyle Radio. We'll be back after these messages.
3, 2, 1. KVGIRadio.com.
Y'all have really just opened my bubble and just...
KVGI Radio brings you conversation and entertainment. Be sure to follow us on social media. Who streams the best talk shows? We do.
You're listening to KVGIRadio.com. Streaming live from the KVGI studios in Frisco, Texas. Live without limits.
Bro. Samson in the house.
Prepare yourself for an entertaining and somewhat informative hour of MMA Talk Radio.
My mission here is to motivate.
Out of the red corner, Joe Show. Out of the blue corner, Timbo Slice. And your host, Fight Fit Lifestyle founder and UFC fighter, Stephen Ocho Peterson.
What's up, guys? We're back with our guests, Muhammed Usman and Coach Lawrence.
The dungeon in the house.
The dungeon in the house.
That's a great name.
Yeah, Great name for a
By the
gym.
way,
I'm
you're
gonna go check you out.
describing, the way you're describing
out.
the gym and everything, it's hot. We're hot in here, just like a dungeon, man.
You
Line
get
you
a
up,
certain kind of clientele in there if you call it the
Yes.
dungeon.
Animals.
You get animals, yeah.
Animals, man.
Beasts in the dungeon.
Intimidation.
So what all do you offer at the dungeon? Is it all classes or open gym?
Unedited? How about an ass whooping? How about that?
Yeah.
For real, man.
That's what it says on the business card.
Yeah, for real. You know, but having people throw our business cards away, man. But we just offer something different. Unconventional training. If you can look at Muhammed Usman over here. It's nothing conventional about this man over here. He's think outside the box. Everything you do outside the box, and he'll try what other people want. And I always say all the time, when we go in that ring, I tell Muhammad all the time, we go in that ring, you look across there, everybody 100% when we walk in there. But when they see you, they drop down to 99, 98, 97, 96.
Yeah.
We taking points from people. You know what I'm saying? And we do that. At the dungeon, we just want everybody to understand it's a different way of training. We want to develop what I can do with a person in 6 weeks, take somebody else 6 months to do. I mean, we fast, and my motto is give me 8 minutes, I'll give you a lifetime. And that's,
Nice.
and that's for real. We want you to know you don't have to spend a lifetime in the gym, 2 hours, 3 hours, and all that type of stuff, and get results. Half the time, most Muhammad stay in the gym with me probably about 20 minutes probably. And step on power days. When I'm testing his power, and other than that, we in there 20 minutes, and the rest of the time I'm testing and see where you at. Most of the time, if Muhammad Usman lay on the ground, he ain't got nothing left. Put 700 on the rack.
Oh man,
Let's go. and that's true. That's real. But I offer difference. We just want you to know that you focus on your muscles. You stay away from the ligaments, and you build quick. If you're attacking those muscles now. When you're saying ligaments and all the stuff that break down, you attack. We train to build a muscle. We don't want to mess with nothing else. We want to keep everything. We're about saving the body and health. And that's where we at.
you think you could save Timbo Slice?
Come on, man.
A little too far,
Man.
guys.
A little too far.
We gotta talk
You
about
might
that.
have to take 10 minutes or 15 minutes, not the 8.
Off the clock. We gotta talk about that after record. But yeah, man, that dungeon something else, man. We pride ourselves on catching people slipping, man, and
All right.
yeah, and not doing what they supposed to do. That's what we pride ourselves on. Muhammad, I call him sometimes sleeping 2, 3 in the morning. I said, get to the gym right now. Damn, I said, get to the gym right now.
Damn.
For real?
For real?
Yeah, really. He can tell you. Get to the gym right now. 2 o'clock in the morning. Get to the gym right now. Okay, 700 on the rack. Well, coach, let me warm up. Warm up my ass. Let's go. Because ain't nobody going to warm up for you. You know what I'm saying? When you step outside and you go out in the gas station, somebody trying to attack you, don't say, let me warm up. Let me go. No, they just going to go. We want to be ready to go at any time.
A tiger does not warm up.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, and Muhammad Usman does not warm up.
Man.
Hold on, I warm up now.
Yeah. Before the fight.
These muscles gotta, the motor. the motor gotta, I gotta warm up the motor. If it's cold outside, you gotta give the motor like 5-10 minutes. The motor heat up. And then we can go.
You got to get the blood in the tendons.
I asked him where the motor come from. I asked him where that motor come from. That name.
Yeah, his nickname's the Motor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, that's just it's from football. My coaches kind of gave me that nickname just from Coach Bailey actually, my Pop Warner, Arlington Jaguars. When I first started playing.
Man, you've been at it a while.
Yeah, my first sport was football, and my dad actually put me in there because I got in trouble at school. So we were driving, and he seen when they put their little youth football
Right. The little
the little things
yeah.
in the dirt. So he was like, then he just seen it and he pulled over. He was like, they're gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna pull over there and these guys are gonna get you. You gonna get in trouble at school? Okay. So not knowing I was gonna fall in love with it, and and love the contact. So every day I started coming back. I wanted to go back. I wanted to do more. And I just loved football because it came natural to me. Just the hitting, the aggression, the feeling, and the success. You would go do something good, and you'll feel good about yourself.
The team mentality of football is powerful. Man, they get so hyped up before the games.
Yeah.
You're in the locker room. When you're on the field, you're a team.
Yeah.
You're blocking for your guy. You're hitting for this guy. That's what I like about.
Yeah,
I love watching football.
Yeah, before I got to college, or start trying to play pro, it was just pop one. It was just so fun, man. You know, you go out there and I hit 10 guys and I'm gonna give you some nachos. You know,
Wham!
You know what I mean? So in my mind, I'm just, it's just so fun. I'm just out there having fun, and I'm coming to the sideline, and coach is giving me nachos with the chili and the cheese in a bag, and I'm shaking it up.
What do you think about that, Coach Lawrence?
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
See, that's what we're
No more nachos.
This dude right here is so competitive, man. I'm telling you, I had to literally keep the chain around him. We be out there going, running and stuff, and then one day we was out there with a couple of kids. We
eating
running
nachos?
around. No, you better not. Anyway, we out there on the field running, and this kid is literally 3 years old. This dude is so competitive. He look at the back and see the kid gonna catch up with him. And this dude is so competitive. But I was just decide, man, that name motor is for real. I mean, you got to, hey Muhammad, slow down, be cool, man. We joke around about warming up and all this type of stuff. But he got a motor that won't stop, man. And if anybody cutting their car off, they in trouble.
And a lot of
ain't going out.
A lot of the motor is the mental.
Yes. The transition.
It's like 90%, right?
Yes, right. 100% football player, defensive end. I mean, around the corner. 350-pound dudes, taking them on, getting around there, sacking the quarterback, and then all of a sudden transitioning into fighting. I mean, I got so much respect for him, man, because he came in and literally said, "Fuck it, coach, let's go."
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He a type of dude. I mean, and fighting at the level he fighting on, and transition football, all we to do is just calm him down a little bit and let him, find his place, and here we are.
Football makes you tough and mean.
Yes, man, tough.
That's why I put my son in it when he went to he played middle school football. Just to toughen him up and get the work in, the hit in, the urge to win, and so. And Steven played football too.
I played. That's where I got my number.
That's where you got. Yeah. So
Ocho.
That's pretty cool.
So, what do you think about Kobe Covington?
I mean, dirtbag of a guy, but a hell of a fighter, man.
Yeah. I know you were there, and that's where I'm leading. You were there with your brother when he broke his jaw and basically retained his world title. I just wanted to know what you thought of him outside of the cage.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Outside the cage, some of the stuff he said, man, hurt. It's disappointing to see the sport sometimes. Like the Connors. You've seen the Conor McGregors. You've seen a lot of guys. Like trash talk is part of the game. Everybody. That's just what it is. You have to trash talk to build yourself up, build the fight up, build things up. It's totally cool, but when you step outside trash talk into another realm of like
make it personal.
like now it's like it's racism. Now it's a lot of different other things that are that fall into that category. It changes the game, And Kobe ran with that, and
yes, he did.
He made a lot of people mad, and at the same time too, that's one thing that we had to really tell my brother, because I know myself, and we're all so much alike. That how somebody will tell you something and then you feel so personal, but then you don't want to take that into the fight, because that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want you to go out of yourself and not do what you naturally or normally do. That's how they're gonna win. So for me, I told him, just be yourself, man. Just go and do everything you've done every other time, and just beat this guy how we beat everybody else. I kept saying that. Because that's what I was feeling like this guy was trying to do. He was trying to take you out of your norm, to make you go in there and fight with anger. And you going in there fighting somebody with anger, with a different type of mindset than you normally do. That's when mistakes happen, and that's when you make mistakes that'll cost you in a cage, And that's those are mistakes you don't want to make.
Yeah, there's a big difference between anger and aggression.
Exactly.
You need aggression in the cage, but anger, you shouldn't have emotions.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? My thing on that is, I text Kamar, we won't talk about what I text him, but I was angry about that, with some of the things he was saying. But I just didn't feel. I just feel like Covington was scripted. It didn't seem real.
Yeah.
I've heard that too.
You think somebody was pushing that on him?
Yeah. Me and Muhammad go, there's nothing fake about what I'm saying, what we do, and you can just tell the way Covington was talking that it was scripted. It just seemed like it wasn't flowing. So I was like, somebody writing this.
He's got somebody in his ear.
Yeah, something like this.
Hey,
you
should do this.
Yes, yes. Some of the things he was saying.
So he's. I mean, you can look at that in a couple different ways. And when you think of Covington, then it's like, all right, you can't stand up and say your own thing, or you're so weak that you're going to let someone else tell you how to act and what to say and how to piss off people.
I've seen through all that.
I mean, is he really an asshole like that, or is he just being?
I heard he's a really quiet, weak dude. Quiet doesn't mean weak, but quiet like
Yeah, he's nothing like
insecure in some ways.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And there's a lot of people that have attitudes
Because you
like
can
that
be
and say
quiet
shit like
and
that.
very,
Right,
very, very
right.
strong, but
yeah, he's nothing like
The people that really
that.
flow, you can tell, man.
that's
He
why
was
he's
flowing.
probably so talkative. Is because of
Right,
his
right.
insecurities.
Joe Rogan said Joe Rogan. I was listening. They were talking about Kobe coming. He goes, man, he ain't nothing like that. He goes, that is such a show.
You
He
can
said he's
tell.
nothing like
You
that.
can tell, man. You see that dude? in
He's
the
just
store
not a good
somewhere?
actor.
No.
He looks WWE.
Yes, yes, yes. Brock
He's
Lesnar
thinking
stuff.
about doing that out here, but I give it to him, man. A hell of a fighter, man.
Oh yeah.
And at the
that
end
was
of
a
the
great
day,
fight.
at the end of the day, you can talk so much, but when I seen the way he pushed my brother to the point where my brother's never been pushed before, a lot of those punches that he landed, my brother hasn't took none of those punches before.
Right,
You know.
right.
So
Mhm.
and I seen my brother go to a different,
Level.
Opponents make you raise your level.
Right.
This guy, he knew this guy. At first when you start going 4 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, and I'm like, okay, this guy's kind of really. This guy's tough.
He can scrap.
I'm like, man, all jokes aside, man, I respect him because,
Yes.
when you get in that cage and you lock that door behind you on that cage, and then you fight this another grown man, and you leave out of there so we can, healthy, so we can go feed our families. I have nothing but respect, for anybody that steps in there. The talking and stuff before and after, nobody cares about it. But when you get in there, that's like my brother saying, you leave a piece of yourself in the cage every time you go in there with your opponent. So my brother said, me and Kobe left a piece of ourselves in that cage that night, and it'll never be the same.
Yeah,
Okay?
he probably had a little more respect for him after the fight too.
For sure.
And I was saying, like, he didn't even have to do all that. Dude can actually fight.
Yeah,
Right.
All the other stuff,
Yeah.
I'm saying he didn't have to do that.
right.
I'm like, damn. He can
But
actually
it worked.
fight.
But it worked for him. I mean,
Yeah.
it got him in the mainstream, and
Yes,
people are
yes.
talking about him. And he's wearing the Trump hat and all that. stuff.
It got him hated, but it got him watched.
Wow.
But as well, when you do things like that in the
I've
cage,
been-
you
have
create
been
new fans that
hated.
love
Right.
you, and you create new fans
They
that
hate you.
They hate you.
Fans are fans, right?
And
Right,
they
right.
do come around if they keep watching you for some time, because
they
I
do.
was extremely hated at the beginning of my career, and now it's like you win a few fights, everybody loves you.
Yeah, you get to the
But
UFC.
you just you gotta know what it is. I look at people when they're meeting and greeting me, like, or other fighters. I know who likes me and who's just
Yeah.
just putting up a fake.
Dry hating, we
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah,
Dry hating.
I teach my kids about it. My son,
I call them sneak.
now that
Oh, yeah.
now that my son's getting up, he'll be in high school next year, and he's
Uh-oh.
athletic and plays baseball, football. I was like, hey man, you got to be ready for it.
Right.
People hating on you,
Right.
and I had
right.
to explain it. He's like, what do you mean, Dad? I was like, this is what it's gonna be like.
for no reason.
Yeah, they're
No
gonna be
reason
jealous
at all.
of you. This or that.
Hey, it's
So-
kind of like being a second string running back, and you clapping because the guy scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Do you really?
But really want his job.
Yeah, you really,
Yeah.
You really, you ain't happy for him scoring that touchdown because you want to get on the field.
Yeah.
So that's what the young people got to realize today. They got to see things for what it is. A lot of people are illusionized. You
Right.
see the texting and all this type of stuff, and then when you get out there for real and you see how people really are, you kind of like blinded. We got to do a better job of teaching these young people that everything is hitting that button ain't what it is. A lot of people missing out on that type of stuff. Like you saying, your son, you had to tell him some things like that. Back in the day, it was automatically seen. You had to, it was part of the culture to know those things.
Mhm.
But now, you got to actually sit a person down and say, look, because everybody was doing it. Now you got to sit your son down and tell him something that was almost already back in the day.
You knew back in the day when somebody didn't like you.
Yeah,
Yeah. These days they'll just type about you.
Right, right,
They'll get
right.
everybody else against you.
Uh-huh.
Right,
All
right.
the-
Build their little team.
Yep, build a team.
Build a little hate team.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Social media, man, it's a blessing and a curse, man, for this generation. Because
It's weird.
it's so weird. But then it's like, think about so many people that back in the day they just didn't have what they have now. Social media, people have whole lives,
Right.
relationships. So on social
Yeah.
media that they've never seen this person ever, and I've been in a 5-year relationship with this person that you have never seen. A day in your life.
Yeah.
And back in the day, we had to hurry up and get home just to use the house phone.
Right.
Just to call.
That's right. That's what I was just thinking.
You had to get to the phone before your brother, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And I grew up old school. I had the phone, the rotary dial.
Yeah.
Over in
that's
Oak
me.
Cliff.
That's
In
me,
Oak Cliff.
Or wait till the next day to see them,
And you couldn't
at
be on the
school.
line because your mom had to use the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a guy come in the gym a couple weeks ago, Man, I just got into it, man. We into it. We beefing. I said, where y'all was at, man? He said, we was on the phone. I said, get the hell out of here. You ain't beefing. That's no soul involved in that.
Oh, man.
I don't know how you can get hyped on somebody on the phone, texting each other. A full conversation.
I saw a post the other day. I don't remember who it was. It said, if the Instagram is deleted tomorrow, your modeling career is over.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, for a lot of people.
For a lot of people.
Oh, man.
Their careers.
Oh, man.
Prepare yourselves for a commercial break. This is Fight Fit Radio. We'll be back
right.
after these messages.
Oh, yeah.
3, 2, 1. KVGIRadio.com.
Y'all have really just opened my bubble and just.
KVGI Radio brings you conversation and entertainment. Be sure to follow us on social media. Who streams the best talk shows? We do.
You're listening to KVGIRadio.com. Streaming live from the KVGI studios in Frisco, Texas. Live without limits.
I think he saw.
Prepare yourself for an entertaining and somewhat informative hour of MMA Talk Radio.
My mission here is to motivate.
Out of the red corner, Joe Show. Out of the blue corner, Timbo Slice. And your host, Fight Fit Lifestyle founder and UFC fighter, Stephen Ocho P.
I gave it to him.
I know he likes it now.
Yeah, because it's from you.
Yeah.
Especially when you hear it, yo, Timbo Slice.
There's a few places I go that I walk in and
Everybody knows you.
they're like, "Hey, Timbo Slices."
He does this.
He's the most popular one behind all. When we go to fights, all the ladies.
That's Timbo.
All the ladies.
Undercover.
For sure.
I think he tells him he's rich.
So you know your wife listened to the show.
That's what
So
I'm
yeah,
saying.
you got to watch what you say.
Yeah, Timbo gets all the ladies.
Timbo.
Is she watching? You watching, babe?
Usually. So we were talking about the end of the world. They're gonna have like incubators where they, as soon as everybody's dead, the incubators on the ground are gonna make new babies. They're gonna make new babies and raise them.
What are you talking about, bro?
It's just real life. So we were talking about last Sunday, Kobe Bryant passed away. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
And
everybody's talking about it. You know, everybody was affected by this guy.
He made an impact on everybody, and no matter what aspect of life, if you took his philosophy with life, you could become a better person. I mean, almost
exactly what I
some of the things that you're saying, Coach Lawrence, is like
right.
those are things that he has said.
Right.
Now he pushed upon people.
Drafted in the NBA when he was 17.
Yes, I remember
Jeez.
that, man. You know, it's Kobe purity, man, and that's what he was. You know, back in the day, like there was a lot of Kobe Bryants, but there ain't that many no more. So he's highly recognized. You know, and it hurt me. I remember I was like, I couldn't believe it. It's almost like a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And it put you in perspective. You know, kind of start looking in the right places and doing the right things, man, and getting ready for the rest of your lives, because you never know when things change. You know.
Yep. And all the other, there were 9 people total on that.
Yeah, 9 people on the helicopter.
God bless all
It's
of
his child, and that's, tragic.
That made it even worse. When I found out his daughter was on there, I was like,
his daughter, then the other
daughter.
It was
the
a husband
teammates.
and wife and their daughter. I mean, so family just.
So condolences,
just like that.
It's very sad.
For real.
Man, that was tough. Shook the world.
I was sad all of Sunday, and I didn't say anything on my social media because I don't jump on bandwagons. And when I lose people, like even close to me, I don't want to talk about it. But, it's been a week, and I grew up watching Kobe. I grew up in L.A. My dad would bring me to the Lakers game when Kobe and Shaq and Rick Fox, they were like a squad, and they won the championship 3 years in a row. They had the 3-peat. They were going for 4. I don't remember. Did they get 4? I was young.
3.
I got 3.
They got 3 in a row, and they were going for 4, and they had all the shirts. I had, a shirt with all their, cartoon figures, and Kobe was like the man. I wasn't any good at basketball because, look at me, but I definitely looked up to him.
Me neither, man. I wasn't that good at basketball. I tried, man. Me neither. I couldn't shoot. I was too aggressive. I would foul out in 2 seconds.
They called me Pocket Man because
See,
I kept my hands in my
I
pockets.
I played small center.
Okay.
And I'm serious. I played center in high school a couple games, and I'm like, I'd be standing there going, "Who the hell are these giants?"
Right.
So rest in peace, Kobe, and all the other.
And moving on to freaking. Let's change the topic now.
Yeah.
Happy time.
So it's happy times. Freaking UFC next weekend. Austin Lingo got called up on short notice.
Lights out Lingo.
Man.
Making his UFC debut on 2 weeks' notice, ready to make a statement. I'm excited for that kid.
He owes me $38.50.
Yeah.
I bought a ticket to that last
He
fight.
still does.
I bought a ticket to that last fight. It lasted like 20 seconds.
What about when he does that in the UFC?
I'm gonna watch on.
He's not getting paid by that.
I'm gonna watch ESPN Plus.
Yeah, he's out there to earn his money quick and easy.
That coach said that they don't pay you for your time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're
You're
going
not
there.
getting paid by the hour.
Get the job done.
They're paying you for victories.
Exactly.
He's got to be so excited.
He's
He's like, yeah, cool.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
He shows his emotions well, right?
Yeah, we had him on the show
Couple times.
twice, 2-3 times, and he's
I think he said
getting better.
I think he said 8 words.
Each time afterwards, I run to his father at the fights, and he's like I don't know why the hell he doesn't talk more. When he's on the show with you guys, he doesn't say much. He talks at home.
Dude,
he has all kinds of shit
Just
to say.
wait till he gets a knockout and they give him the mic and he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's what I did.
Yes,
I did that.
I'm gonna throw something in. What do y'all think about this Stephen A. Smith and his commentating, man?
What a dumbass.
Man, he can't. I mean,
fuck
total
outta
disrespect,
here.
man.
Shut the fuck up. And then he's talking that he would knock Joe Rogan out.
Joe Rogan will beat him into some.
Oh,
God.
I know he's much bigger than Joe Rogan, but still,
way.
Joe Rogan smoked his ass.
You seen the video of him hitting mitts?
You mean taller, not bigger, but
Yeah,
taller.
Yeah.
But the video of him hitting mitts is horrific. He needed to
Was that Stephen A. Smith or a robot? Who was that?
That was for real.
Was that? Oh,
He needs to
okay.
hire a team to get that off the internet because that is terrible for him.
I've never seen a combination like that either.
Yeah,
It was like
knee punch.
it was like dick punch, left hook,
Uppercut.
dick
Yeah,
punch,
what
left
do you-
hook.
Right. Yeah.
What are you
Man,
training for? This is how I fight my dog.
I'm like, how can you just for, like Muhammad always say all the time, when you walk through that cage, man, you know, it's a different thing. And to say somebody quit, I mean, that's one thing you don't say in MMA. Because just going in a cage, you know you got to have heart and you got to have
And about
balls.
Donald Cerrone,
Yes,
Yeah.
this dude
the
was
winningest, toughest,
legend.
baddest
Yeah.
motherfucker
He just
out
got
there.
caught. He just got caught.
He took a lot of damage in a really short period of time, and that broke him. He physically couldn't keep going. He
Maybe
crumbled.
he wanted his 38.95
But he did
back.
not.
What's crazy? What's
He
crazy?
did not throw the fight. He
Yeah.
did not
No,
quit.
he
He
didn't.
got beat.
He did, and that's the thing when you
Broke
think
his
about,
orbital.
When you think about like fighting in general, you know, I've watched a lot of Donald's fights and all his fights. He doesn't start fast.
We predicted
He's
before
slow,
the fight. He's a slow starter.
Slow starter.
So and Connor's
Connor
a
took
quick
advantage.
starter.
Exactly.
Connor took advantage of that.
So Connor jumped on him
Yeah,
before
that's
he could
how
get
you
his
beat.
wits.
That's how you beat Cerrone.
Yeah, he jumped
and
on
you could
him.
look for if he fights again.
Yeah.
Whoever fights him next is gonna jump on him quick
Exactly,
because that's
Right.
If
the
Cerrone
that's
gets
the
to the
way
second
beat him.
round, oh my God.
Yeah, now
If
he's
he
gonna
gets
let
to the
go of his
second round,
combination.
That's where he goes.
Yeah, his lungs he almost like he opens up a second set of lungs. He gets stronger. You know, second round now he's like now it's like okay, oh yeah, I can last with this guy. You know, so there's nothing this guy can do to me, you know, more than what he could do in that first minute of the first round. So there's nothing else. You know, there's nothing. He's not gonna hit me with no hard punches. Now I can completely dismantle this guy.
And they were hyping up Conor McGregor and like, oh, he's gonna be 170. He still ain't big enough.
Nah.
Kamaru Usman will smash his little
Yeah,
ass.
he's not big enough for that weight class.
No.
As far as like
He
top
don't-
contender.
Cowboy Cerrone is not big enough for that weight class.
No.
He's a narrow, thin dude. He's not very tall. I met him once. I was wider than him.
Yeah.
He was just a real thin looking guy.
Wow.
Yeah, he was not as big as he looks on TV. So
Yeah.
you know, fighting guys, you know, like your brother.
Nobody is.
Would your brother walk around?
190.
Shit.
95.
And Connor barely made 170.
You know,
We keep talking about that.
Yeah, he walks about 170.
Yeah.
That's
So
just walking weight.
yeah, he needs to go back down to 55 if he's gonna be bumping them gums.
For real.
I don't know, man. At this point now, Connor can pick us. You know,
The fight to make is the Diaz fight. I've been saying it because that's the biggest money fight for Conor right now. It's the trilogy. It's and it's a small 170er.
Yeah, right.
Diaz is a 155-pound fighter at his
Right.
prime. So you let go a little bit. You don't cut the weight. You fight at 170. That's the matchup to make.
Conor ain't
as far
beating-
as money. Masvidal, the money's not there. Masvidal needs to fight Usman.
yeah, man. And that situation, you see what's going on. What they just did the other day.
Yeah, man.
He's now Masvidal is at a point where it's like, don't get me wrong, man. Build your fight up, build it up, but don't sit around here saying people don't want to fight you. You're clearly he's
It's
clearly
gonna
trying
happen.
to jump us and go to Conor.
Straight to
That's
lose.
what my like.
He wants the money.
Right. Yeah,
Exactly.
he wants the money fight,
Of
but
course he
that's
does.
not the fight that's going to make the most money for Conor.
No,
next.
but that's not even that. Dana already said, I'm not giving you Conor. You got to fight Usman. You know, at the end of the day, we're here. We're the champion. Why? How can you tell me we get to be the champion and now you want to try to skip me and go just make some
Make a
money?
money fight,
and,
yeah.
and you're up to challenge me for the belt. What sense does that make?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so a lot of these guys nowadays don't even. They didn't want to fight him when he wasn't champion. Now that he's champion, he's like, oh, I don't want the belt no more. I just want
Right.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good on the
Right.
belt.
I don't want to
belt.
fight the best. I
You
just
know,
want to
it's-
fight the guy that's going to make me a lot of money. That's what
Right.
that's what we're here for.
Yeah, you know, and it's and another guy too. You know, like Miles. I'm very happy for Miles, man. He gets
Yeah.
his. Miles gets to run that back again. He already went off to a fast start in the UFC, so I'm very very excited to see what he
fighting
does.
as well. We got Miles Johns, Austin Lingo, and I forgot
who else is fighting?
Who?
Morono.
Yeah, Alex
Morono.
Morono is fighting as well, and Diego Lima dropped out of that fight due to injury, so they found a replacement for him. He's got an opponent, and I don't know who the opponent is, but all that matters is we got 3 Fortis guys on the card. And we're gonna have 3 W's next weekend.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And then following,
And then we got John Jones and
On the main event.
Yeah, on the main event. So that's gonna be a really good fight.
Oh yeah.
Don't count Dominic Reyes out because he's a big dude. You look at him next to John Jones, it's like, okay, like you're used to seeing John Jones like fighting Machida and people that he could keep at a distance.
smaller light heavyweights.
Less length, but as far as like height and all that, Reyes is right there with him. So
I haven't seen enough Reyes though. I haven't seen enough of his fights. I don't know.
John. His toughest test was Gustafson.
yeah.
And Gustafson won.
And because of the length and
It's
that
the
height,
people
but
that are
technical.
It's people that are his size that he has trouble with.
Yeah, problem with him.
it's just certain. I don't know, man. Reyes is a tough guy, but Jones is. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. He's the best in our sport right
Yeah,
now.
no doubt.
John Jones is the best fighter in the sport. And it's simple, and he's just a pure fighter. He's gonna go in there, take what he, fill Reyes out, and does what he does best. Win.
Feels him out and then picks him apart.
Exactly.
That's how he fights.
And he's the best, man. It's his IQ. It's his IQ in the cage. Be able to almost like when they say read and react. When you get in there, I have to be able to react on the go, on the fly. So John is the best at that.
I'm gonna see if he makes weight. I bet it's getting hard for him to make weight. A little bit older,
getting older.
Yeah, he's getting
a little older. What is he?
but
30.
Like 30, 31.
Yeah, well, it's not
He's
that
pretty young.
He's pretty young.
He
I
just
thought he was a little bit older because he started young.
He's
I
not
thought
old, but he started young. That's
Yeah.
the thing. When you start young,
He was a young
start,
champion.
Yeah,
Can't be
It's
trusted.
just
man.
He
But
was
John
the
Jones
youngest.
Starting
Yes.
young and having all those fights does age you as well.
You put a lot of miles on yourself. It don't matter when. That's the thing with fighting.
Put a lot of miles in the gym.
Yeah, it don't matter. You do. And that's the number one thing. As I guess I'm learning, from a lot from these guys. The more and more as I'm fighting now, you can't, don't want to kill yourself, because we want to get to the fight.
Right.
We train so hard. A lot of these guys don't get to the fight.
Right.
It's like you train all this time to not get to a fight. So it's really about control as well. Being able to control your training, being able to control when to not train, when to stop training, when to let your body recover.
Right.
Because when you just keep breaking your body down and breaking it down and breaking it down,
You're never healing it.
and
There's
it never
nothing
heals
left,
up.
yeah.
Exactly. And then you build up. What are you doing in the fight? You can't show your talent.
Now, I saw your brother on Joe Rogan just the other day, and he was talking about he did a full workout the day of the fight.
We do every time. Me too. We
Damn.
do.
You're
But that's
supposed to.
yeah.
A full workout?
Yeah.
Just like get down?
like
and
a
then go-
normal day, like you're priming your
training day?
body. You just like in a car, or like a motor.
You
You,
gotta
prime
just-
the motor, like you
warm it
gotta
up
get it
and-
ready,
Damn.
And then
Yeah.
before you fucking
He's
slam
not lifting no weights or nothing.
Right, not breaking down.
No, but it's a protocol we go through where he tests everything. He tests his jiu-jitsu.
Systems check.
Yes, he tests his exactly wrestling, his boxing, his kickboxing.
make sure there's
his
not
jiu-jitsu,
nothing you need to tweak
exactly.
a little bit. Like, oh, okay, we gotta, make sure to
Yeah, make a
do
good,
some mental reps on this
get
real
a good
quick.
sweat, get probably a nice little loose massage.
And then you be relaxed the rest of the day.
Let's go make it happen.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yep.
cool.
Learn from the best.
Yep. And then we got Macy fighting the following weekend. She's
Macy.
looking nice.
Oh, yeah.
She is like,
She is looking nice.
fuck.
No, but she's super lean.
What is
she's been,
what,
she's been
there's,
put
a
a lot.
reason, there's a reason she calls you the ho show,
The
right?
host.
Yeah.
That's you. That's you that calls me the host. She calls me Joe Schmo.
Does
You
not.
call me the ho show.
Oh man.
She is in
That's my
shape,
dad, the
and
host show.
she's ready to do work. I'm excited.
Well, she's been
for
posting her
fight.
Instagram, man. She's been showing her. I mean, she's got
Her
six pack
abs, yeah.
abs, and she's 135 on this fight.
She's fighting 135. Yep.
Man, she's gonna be huge at that. She's
Yeah.
big
she
at
is
that weight class.
strong. Yeah.
Macy's a tough girl, man.
She's going with dude. She's going with all of us.
Hey, yeah.
We don't. Coach doesn't let her train with any girls. She spars with guys.
Yeah.
That's when I'm just like, oh, you're a different animal, man.
She's a badass.
You know, I tell you, when you get in there against a girl, I know you must be relieved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get in there against a girl, you look over there like, I'm a chick.
Hey, this chick.
You fight a girl?
Yeah,
All right.
this chick is soft.
Oh
Yeah.
man, you know, and she's dangerous. I'm seeing her in there throwing
I'm
kicks.
we're a big fan of hers.
She tries to take us out. So
Oh,
yeah, I bet. Oh
I'm
man,
excited for her to be able to go in there and just let loose and,
No, for sure.
add
yeah, she's
another
looking
win.
she's looking ripped in those photos already.
Mhm. So it's been an awesome show. Thanks for joining us,
Oh, yeah.
Muhammed
Oh,
Usman,
Anytime, brother.
Coach Lawrence.
Dungeon.
All right, and we'll see y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh yeah.